All right, will be a pretty quick video, but a lot going on right now. My buddy Willie Wonka XRP posting this interview, Brad Garlinghouse on Bloomberg, and he was asked point blank, are you in settlement discussions with the SEC? And of course, Brad said, I can't talk about that kind of stuff, but it sure seemed like there was something there, something he wanted to tell us that he could not. More to the story than he was leading on. But equally as interesting, he was given an out. He could have painted the picture that, Gary Gensler is just a rogue regulator. He didn't do that. He pointed the finger right at the Biden administration. This is a trend we're seeing not just within crypto, but technology in general. Ripple is a leftist organization. Brad Garlinghouse is a Democrat. I guarantee you, traditionally, they would have said, it's a problem with Gary and just Gary. He's not doing that. And that, again, that's a trend we're seeing across technology in general. It's quite interesting. Now, there are settlement rumors swirling all over the place. We see from Bloomberg, settlement speculation pushes XRP to the front of the crypto rally. And I've said before, I don't think there's a lot of strategic reasoning for this. We know the SEC is going to get some fines and penalties. Might as well sit back and just let this play out at this point in time. It's only if it's a political thing. And they're given the marching order, you know what? If it's not vitally important, if this isn't some kind of criminal case, end it. Get it off the docket. Get it out of the way. Clear it out. Because they're going to have to redesign their whole approach to tech, to crypto, because they're going to desperately need that money. And again, now we see that shift where tech companies are willing to support conservative candidates. They don't just have tech companies in their back pocket. They're going to have to work for it. And that's going to make a great environment for us, the technology and crypto investor. Now, Mark Fagel kind of weighs in because part of what's pushing this narrative that we should see a settlement is that sunshine meeting that's on the calendar, the private meeting with the SEC. And as Mark Fagel points out, says, look, there's been 150 of these types of meetings since the court case was filed. And each and every one, crypto Twitter was convinced this is it. This is our moment. This is going to be settled. This is the one. Mark Fagel concludes this is not the one. And again, I agree with him. But I'll tell you the number one reason, while this very well we may see a settlement, is the fact that I'm so adamant it won't happen. I'm always wrong on this kind of thing. And so it probably will just because, again, I'm saying it's not going to happen. It's not likely to happen. I'm usually wrong. We see what a hot button topic this is in the current campaign, which is wild for be front and center in a presidential campaign. Just in, President Donald Trump says he does not want to let another country take over Bitcoin and crypto dominance. Absolutely wild here. And as I had discussed last week, that by this Friday, it was my opinion that President Biden would end up stepping down. And eventually we will get another candidate. We see Amit reporting the following. Axios is stating that Nancy Pelosi has officially called President Biden and told him it's time. It's time to step down. Why is that important to us as the crypto and tech investor? Because whatever the new candidate is, and I have no idea who it would be if this happens, and I think it is going to happen. It's not going away. It's continuous. They're going to have to rethink their policy on cryptocurrency, specifically their policies about technology, because they desperately need that money and that support that has always been free. It's always in their back pocket. And so I think this is going to make a better environment for us, no matter who the eventual winner is. And never forget this. I mean, even if you get a Republican candidate this time around, eventually you'll get another Democrat president. And so you want both parties kind of working for your interests. And I think the industry is playing this well right now. President Trump going farther here, we see if we do not do crypto, China is going to pick it up and China is going to have it. Could be someone else, but most likely China. China is very much into it. Every nation in the world is into this. They're just kind of deciding what their policy will be. And that's going to be crazy when it's going to be tough for them to totally open up crypto to the populace. But they're not going to be able to ignore it forever. And when China comes online, it's going to be absolutely nuts. You got to be ready for that. We see breaking. President Trump says Jamie Dimon has suddenly changed his stance on Bitcoin. And further, he's considering Jamie Dimon for Treasury Secretary. Might be a great pick for Secretary. Might not be so great for those of you out there that think there's still going to be an ETHgate investigation. I bet they buried that real quick like. Lastly, Grayscale is launching an artificial intelligence fund here, an AI token fund. And I just bring this up because make sure you don't sleep on this sector. we are going to see AI rocking and rolling over the next year, year and a half. And these AI-centered tokens and blockchains are going to do very well. One not to go to sleep on, one that I think will have, amazing results, over the very short to medium term here. Keep your eye on all of these coins. There's a lot of junk out there that's AI related. Make sure you get the good ones, and I think you'll do very well. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.